I thought I'd put together a short video describing different ways that you can mount GoPros onto your kayak. Things that are out there, things that work for me, things I've liked. So first off, we have the mounts that come right with the GoPro. For those of you guys that don't have GoPros, are thinking about it, haven't done it yet, the GoPro always comes with different mounts. It has an adhesive in the back that you can just peel and stick onto your boat or any other surface really. They also come with two different ones, a curved one so that you can put that onto a helmet or other curved surfaces, and a flat one, which is what people usually use for surfboards, or we would use for our kayaks probably. Now I'm kind of indecisive, so I had a hard time deciding where to put them. I know they're fairly inexpensive, you could also get more, but right away I thought of maybe going with a suction cup mount instead. So after much research, I went with a Kayalu system that actually has ram parts. First off, let's talk about the mount. So the suction cup itself is really strong. I've been using it for over 2.5 years now. It's never fallen off once. Rough waters, it's gotten hit. Paddles, doing rescues with people, it's never come off. So, and I've also been able to put it onto plastic boats, fiber boats, it doesn't matter. The only thing is the surface has to be pretty smooth. I have a friend that had a very porous surface on his kayak and it wouldn't go on there, but then we just found another area on the boat that had a smooth finish. It stayed on just fine. So what this one does in particular, you press it down, you turn this over, and it makes a suction. It's really, really, really strong. You can move this and articulate it absolutely any way you want. These are metal balls that are covered in rubber so that when these clamps clamp down, they really get stuck on there. You will not be able to move that. The other thing I really liked is a lot of mounts out there, they have several different nuts in different directions to adjust. You can only move it from one side to the other. With these, there's one single really big nut to adjust and it clamps down in place. Now this is great for when you have thick gloves in the winter or just all around when you're wet and you don't have a good grip. This is very, very easy to clamp down and know that it's going to be secure. It's not going to fall off and you're not going to be changing that shot angle. Another thing that's very important is to have a tether attached to your mount. What I usually do is stick this on, get the tether around the perimeter lines, and then attach it to itself so that you know if for some reason the suction cup mount and the suction fails, you know it's still going to be attached to the boat. You're not going to lose it. Another thing you can do is, depending on the positioning, you could actually use the tether to help keep it down. So it's going to provide some force keeping the suction cup down. You can get another arm of a different length. You can get more pieces so that you can pick and choose. I actually have a second mount where I'm just using the small attachment on there, and it works great. The long arm is great for getting different types of shots. However, if you're going to be in rough water, if you're going to be hitting some waves, this will actually shake quite a bit more than if you have a shorter arm. So I recommend, if you're going to be really having some fun on the boat, go as short as possible. If you're going to be in a calm, beautiful place, you can use the arm for some really nice shots. Another idea I had, which I wound up not using, is actually using this same ram system. This is a piece that it has holes on this plate. You can drill holes onto your boat, attach this, and now you can take any of these clamps and clamp them onto this one ball. If you're going to be drilling holes into your kayak, a lot of work goes into that to make sure everything is then sealed off properly. And the suction cup was so good that I've never actually had to use it. I still think it's a great adapter and I might be using it somewhere else, but maybe you can mount this somewhere else. You can mount it on a trailer, you can mount it, I don't know, somewhere else to get some interesting shots. Another piece that has been very useful is this one here. It's also within the Ram series, has the rubber coated ball on the top. You can attach any of the pieces that we talked about before. It also has a U-shaped screw with 2 nuts on the side, and another plastic piece on the bottom. You can crank this down and attach it to any kind of circular tubing. So it could be a handlebar on a motorcycle, handlebar on a bicycle. It could also be the shaft on a paddle. So this is really, really useful for getting some extreme shots, and it could be really fun. Another piece I wanted to discuss that's very cheap and very versatile is a piece I have attached to my Steadicam right now. I don't want to take it out because I already have this balanced, but it's this plastic mount right on top. You can attach a GoPro there, and what it is it has a 1/4 inch thread in there, and you can attach it to any other photographic mount you might have. So you could essentially now adapt a GoPro to any other tripod, monopod, anything out there that someone might have, you might have in your arsenal. You can now put a GoPro on it. Well, that about covers it for now. These are all pieces that were very helpful for me. I'm going to be listing links to all of them so you can find them and see if it's something you're interested in using. Make sure you always rinse them when you get home, and they'll hold up. They're not that expensive. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, comment, or just drop me a line at contact@kayakhipster.com. See you next time.